Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is a video at a very ungodly hour. It's ridiculous. It's 5:30 a.m. for me right now and I've just finished this and it's actually it's actually worked out pretty well because I've got traveling and all that to do. So I'm up and I'm going to start the day. Shout out to everyone that watches Premier League games at this sort of time. I don't know how you do it, right? I had to prepare and get myself in place for this, and I got enough sleep. You guys and how you do that week in, week out, respect. But let's get into this review. Chelsea 3, Club America 0. Again, I don't want to focus too much on the result. It's a positive result this time. And I got to say, it was, I think, expected, right? But overall, I think we saw everything being much better compared to how it was against Celtic, right? The few fundamentals that weren't there against Celtic were there tonight. And before we get into players individually, I just want to talk as a collective. We looked sharper, right? Which is obviously going to come with a bit of time. But we looked sharper. We weren't moving the ball so slow. There were good moments there where we were actually quite rapid. And even, not just because it's Club America, but you can tell that the pace was actually pretty decent at portions in that game, which is something that just did not exist against Celtic. So we needed to make that sort of improvement physically, right? And in terms of how we're linking up. And we were seeing that tonight. Fantastic. So overall, really good. Credit to Enzo Maresca overall. 10 out of 10 from Enzo Maresca tonight. 10 out of 10. He abandoned the high line. And this is why I said I didn't want to go too harsh on Enzo Maresca for trying it out. Preseason is for trying, right? You have to trial and error. Celtic, we went with that stupid high line and really bad defensive shape. And at the end of that, I said, look, just don't do that again. Yeah? Abandon it. It doesn't work. We ain't that team. Kill it. And he killed it tonight. We didn't see it again. So, great. And look at how we played tonight. There was a lot more stability at the back. We weren't even deep. It wasn't like a low block or anything like that. But we were able to push as a unit. And then when we were defending, the gaps were actually not as close and not as compact. The defense was actually in its rightful position, which meant Club America couldn't get anything over the top. They had to try and come at us. They were struggling to get through at times. They managed to get the balls throughout the wings into the final third, but then every ball that comes into the box, cleared. So overall, much better defensive shape. And there were a couple of personalities there that I think were better compared to the Celtic game. But Enzo Maresca, in terms of the players that played, the minutes that were given, the substitutions that were made, the timing of the substitutions, I thought he got everything to a T. Everything to a T. Stuck with an 11 that he wanted to trial. Went into the second half, made I think only 2 changes, went to after 60 minutes, then made 4 or 5 changes, and then started introducing players bit by bit. The players that needed to come on, like Mudryk, for example, played a good portion at the end, not the whole game, but everything was managed perfectly from Enzo Maresca tonight. So honestly, fair play to Enzo Maresca. The system that he deployed today worked. Again, it's Club America. I don't want to get too carried away, but it worked and it looked good. So much more positive. Overall, from Enzo Maresca and what he had to do today, I think he nailed it. 10 out of 10. Individually, there were some really good performances tonight. Really good performances. Shout out to Dewsbury Hall. We saw his introduction tonight, his debut. Some people are going to complain that, his finishing was poor. But overall, I thought he had a great debut. Right? I thought he had a great debut. I thought he was bright. I thought he was involved. I thought he got himself into really good positions, some really good spaces. He has very good awareness. He got the assist and a great finish from Margue as well. That was really good to see. Great ball into the box from Dewsbury Hall with his left foot. Managed to get on the overlap of the defender. Margue coming in with a nice header. The defender couldn't clear it off the line. Goes in and it's that was 2-0. Because we'd already scored the penalty. We scored the penalty after 2 minutes, and correctly so, was a pen. So Nkunku slots that away. And by the way, Nkunku, oh my God. Listen, I don't know if Eden Hazard had a word with him when they done the whole kit launch. I'm guessing he might have. But tonight we saw a replica of what Hazard done against West Ham. And I know it's against Club America. It's not exactly the same. And it's a pre-season friendly. It's not the Premier League. I get it. But wow. What a dribble that was. And Kunku had a very good game today. Very good game. And tonight, it was interesting to see Kunku because I remember talking about who can play up front, who can play on the left. And a few of you in the comments were telling me, well, where does Nkunku fit? Nkunku tonight had a free role. He wasn't on the left and he wasn't up top and he wasn't a 10. He was just, you roam as you wish, my friend. You go where the wind takes you. And it suits him. It suits him pretty well. Nkunku with that amount of freedom looks very comfortable and has the technical ability to pull it off. So again, have we unlocked something here that we didn't know before? Maybe. So it's one to keep an eye on in terms of Nkunku in a possible free role. We'll see. Lavia, I thought was bright tonight. Very bright. Again, we have to bring context. I don't want to get carried away because it's Club America. We've got Man City and we've got Real Madrid, and those will be the games to really show us where are we. Yeah, realistically. The Celtic game, I'd like to believe that's not where we are. Club America tonight, it's much better. But again, that's not going to show exactly where we are. Man City, Real Madrid, now that's going to show where we are. And then the Inter Milan is the ultimate test, right? Beginning of the season, where are we really? Lavia tonight had control. A lot of control. Composed, cool blood, hardly any mistakes. And was bossing that role pretty well. So fair play to Romeo Lavia. It's nice to see these lads that have been out for so long and they're picking up minutes and they're picking up sharpness, and then the technical ability will begin to show. Reece James is another one. You could see that overall this pre-season he's just been a little heavier than usual, but it's absolutely normal. But bit by bit you start to get sharper and sharper. Shout out to Malo Gusto on that left-hand side, by the way. Big up to him. And he was inverting pretty well. He picked up an injury and came off, and it doesn't look too serious because he did walk off and he looks fine. Hopefully it's not bad anyway. We've seen what's happened at Man United. That's a problem. Lenny Yoro's out for 3 months with what looks like a metatarsal injury. Wow. So well spent, Man United. Brilliant. Anyway, so this is where hopefully things begin to get better bit by bit and we start to see proper sharpness. Now, the good thing today was that, again, we're talking pre-season here. I don't want to come on here and be like, oh, look, we won 3-0, great. Like, no, that's not about that. The intensity was there tonight. Much better. The urgency was there. We were playing quicker. Maresca, even up until the very last minute, the 1991st minute, he was on the touchline screaming about move the ball quicker. That's what I want. That is what I want. Again, this is why I say Maresca tonight was 10 out of 10. Because he nailed every single point. Every single point was nailed. Up until the end when he was still telling the team to play quick. That's what we need. That's what pre-season's for. You need to get into that rhythm. That way, when you come to the start of the season, you're ready. It's automated. So, fair play. The defence, I want to say respect to Tosin. He brings composure. Unlike against Celtic, where Fofana was looking like a train wreck. Even Badiashile alongside Tosin was looking, again, it's Club America. I don't want to get too carried away, but you get the gist. He was looking better. Fofana came on after, alongside Tosin. Tosin, I think, will be a main starter. Has to be. And then alongside him, who's it going to be? I do think that it's more than likely going to shape into a Tosin-Fofana centre-back pairing. That's where I see it going. I think it's inevitable. But hopefully Fofana can improve and get himself sharp because, yeah, the Celtic game was a catastrophe for him. But it shouldn't define everything. And again, he was out for a very long period of time. So it's about sharpness and it's about focus and it's about being in the game for him too. So there's that. Up front, Mark Gu, he's impressing. So far, look, I don't want him going anywhere. He looks bright, man. He looks bright. He looks like his head's in the game. He knows what he's doing. Not as a main striker, but he's there. He's definitely a squad player, without a doubt. I'd want Mark Gu for the season. So respect to him. Sterling Same old. Looks very bright on the ball, taking on defenders, and then doesn't know what to do. Every time he gets a shot, hits it at the keeper. It's the same story with this guy. So it is what it is. Madueke, very good performance from him tonight. Very happy. And again, cements the fact that I think he's going to be a key player for Enzo Maresca. Looked quicker as well. Looked sharper. So again, I'm intrigued to see how these sort of players like Madueke is going to look just before the start of the season, and how sharp can he get? Because tonight he was looking really quick and really rapid, so fair play. Is that because of Club America, or is that just him getting much, much sharper? We'll see. The players that came on afterwards, I think there's some key decisions here that have already needed to be made. Who came on? Basically, everyone came on. I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head. One thing is for sure. Broja needs to go. End of story. Broja, see you later, mate. It is what it is. Because tonight, he had a key chance to just bury it, slot it away, and he flipping hit it wide. Apart from that, he was looking for penalties when the tackle was absolutely superb. Overall, it's just, you need to be sold. Enter Victor Osimhen, please. Can we? So there's that. The Nkunku dribble that led to the penalty that Madueke did end up taking. And again, I want to go back to a point that I didn't mention earlier. Tosin, for the first penalty, took the ball from Madueke and gave it to Nkunku and made sure he was the one to take the penalty. Key thing to look at. Because Tosin is one of the senior players here. He's 26. He's not the captain, but he acted like that in that moment. Fair play to him. Respect. And hopefully he keeps that persona up. Later on, Nkunku gave the ball to Madueke and allowed him to take the penalty. Great. And he slotted it exactly where I wanted him to slot it. I swear to you. When I was looking, I was going, Noni, top left, go top left, because he always goes bottom right. I'm like, go top left, go in the opposite direction, and how about you try it? It's pre-season. And he did, and he put it top left. Great penalty. So I'm very happy with him there. Enzo made a return. And he's back. And Fofana before the game did mention that everything is settled. He apologised. He's been accepted. Everything is done. I'd like to think that's the case. And I'd like to think everything's been put behind everyone. So hopefully that is the case. Fantastic. Aside from that, Enzo did play. And again, not too long, but looked good overall. I think Enzo's going to be in a much more advanced role this season. I think we're going to see him as an 8. We won't see him in a double pivot. We won't see him as a 6. I think we're going to see him as an 8. I think Lavia is going to be nailed on as the DM. It's looking like it's heading that way. It's the second game in a row now that we've seen Lavia really be the lone 6. And he might be able to pull it off. Now, we'll see how this is going to shape up in terms of the midfield in front of him. Dewsbury Hall, Nkunku as well. But Enzo, what about Caicedo when he fits back in? There's key decisions here that need to be made. Gallagher, I think, is gone. We've already seen what's happening with Gallagher. I think he's gone. So, overall, bright. And I'm happy. Very bright, very happy, much quicker, much more urgent. System was better. Maresca nailed it. Great. Leading into the Man City game now, we've got everything going in our favour. Now, that's going to be test number 1. Yeah, we've taken our mock exams, and now it's about the actual test, right? The test, that doesn't define everything, but it's a test, and you've got to do well. Because when you get to the Premier League season now, that's when you've either gotten an A star, or you're having to take a retake, and then that will define everything. I hope the analogy made sense. But hopefully, Man City, Real Madrid, those games will show very similar features as we saw tonight. But for a pre-season game, tonight is how a pre-season game should go. So I'm very happy overall. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. If I've missed anyone out, I'm sorry. Chilwell made a fantastic flipping, John Terry-esque flipping defensive save there. Fantastic from him. The TV lot put Benoit Chilwell coming on. So I don't know if he's a new player we've signed or something, but talk about a mistake. Anyway, aside from that, Jorgensen, the goalkeeper, came on. And he looked good in terms of shot stopping and there, but he did make one really bad distribution, didn't he? And that sums up, I think, what we were hearing before, where he can be nervous, he can come under pressure, he can make those mistakes. You can't do that in the season. So if you're going to do the mistakes, do them now and don't do them in the season, please. Much respect. But for a debut, fair play. Looked all right. So that's that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I will catch all of you. I don't know if there's going to be a video today. It's Thursday. Let's just say now it's Thursday. I know for you it's not, and you have to go to bed. But for Thursday, there might not be a video. If something huge is breaking, I'll try and fit it in somewhere because I'm going to be completely busy today. I'm traveling. So that's that. But if not, then the match review will sit Friday. I'll give you guys the normal schedule. So make sure you guys are here. Much appreciated. I will catch all of you then. Have a good one, people. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Take care, people. In a bit, and peace.